excited to see you present today.
Oh, yeah, I'm so pumped. Like, when they asked me to honor Sheryl, I was like, absolutely, yes, I'll be there.
Well, I want to talk about your album that's coming out on May 9th, Dreamsicle. What can you tell me a little bit about your album? What can fans expect? What's the sound?
I mean, it's very pop-leaning, but really soulful. I mean, it's always, like, a little bit of everything. There are elements of country music, lots of, like, vulnerable storytelling. Yeah, I mean, it's just my truth, and but it's like, I named it Dreamsicle after one of the songs, but it is very, like, summery, so I would give it that vibe.
Just in time. Just
Yeah, exactly.
in time for summer.
I know, I'm willing the warm weather.
We've already seen 2 singles come off of the album. One is Bed No Breakfast. Can you tell us a little bit about what that means? What's the song about?
It's about having fun with someone and then kicking them out, because you have your beauty sleep and your skincare to do, and I want to wake up in peace, not having to, like, be on with someone.
Yeah.
So
What are some dating, like, green flags versus red flags for you?
I mean, green flags, I think, is just someone being kind and funny and, not a narcissist. Yeah, and then, I mean, like, there's, I'm sure, plenty of red flags. I think
everything else.
Yeah, like not paying for the date, not having any idea of where to take you. I think just not taking charge is, like, a big red flag for me.
All right, I feel that. I understand that. I also want to talk a little bit about Coachella, because you made 2 appearances on 2 different sets, and it's been a minute since you've been on the Coachella stage. So what was it like returning, and did you get to catch anyone else's set?
Oh, I mean, it was so fun. I hadn't been there since 2019 when I did The Middle with Zed Ben, and so, like, that was pre-pandemic, like, me being a mother. So, like, a lot has transpired, and no, but it was so fun to, like, get to see Zed again, like, have this big EDM pyro moment, and that song is, like, 7 years old now. So
Still a bop.
The fact that it's still resonating is such a telling thing about it. It's very evergreen, and, you know, that's like, it's a once in a lifetime song to be a part of in your career. And but then also, like, my favorite was performing with the LA Philharmonic, and Gustavo Dudamel is the conductor of the LA Phil. So, like, me kind of having this full circle moment singing My Church with this giant, like, orchestra and gospel choir at sunset on the Coachella stage was just, like, very emotional.
It was so beautiful. No, you killed it.
I was like, if I could afford to have a full, like, symphony behind me for every performance, I would do it.
Yeah, you're like, I would do it. And lastly, obviously, we're at our Power of Women event, but we're at our Power of Women Nashville event. Do you spend a lot of time in Nashville? Are you writing here a lot?
Oh, yeah, this is my home. I live here. My son's here. All my community of songwriters are here, so it's definitely home. And I'm honoring my good friend Sheryl Crow and my hero Sheryl Crow, and she's also my neighbor. So
no way.
I was like, I'll see you later, girl.
See you at home after the event.
Yeah.
I love that. We'll have so much fun inside, and thank you so much for being here.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
All right, have a good one. Look up the album as well. They were all smiles.
That's all I got.
Me
That's
too.
my blue
I'm not
steel.
a serious.
I can't do serious.
No,
I can't.
It's giving no serious.
No seriousness here.
Well, a little serious, because you are obviously presenting to Kelsey today.
Yes.
And I want to talk a little bit about your relationship in terms of, like, music and what you guys bring out musically with each other. Obviously, you were nominated for a Grammy together, but what is it like when you get in a room together and make music?
Kelsey's just extraordinarily talented and focused, and it's funny because she's such, like, a lovely and, like, very, you know, carefree personality, but, you know, she takes her songwriting and her recording so seriously in a way that's really inspiring. I think she really lives through her songs, and each song has so much of her in it that I think she wants to do each of the songs justice for her own experience, and it's really inspiring. I think making music with Kelsey feels like you're really writing a song in the way you're supposed to write it. She doesn't, like, she writes really simply and, like, but in a really beautifully complex way, if that makes any sense. And just cool to see someone who does, like, traditionally country kind of weave in through different genres like pop and even some folk and Americana into her music. It's something that every artist strives to do, is to tell a story in the way that that transcends genre, and Kelsey does that in a really special way.
Absolutely. That's really well said. Can we expect maybe another collab with you guys? Are you guys kind of always working together? Or
We were just doing it. We just went to Dollywood the other day, and which was pretty fun. So I could see a song like about that coming out. We rode some roller coasters, got some headaches, ate some really unhealthy food. So we got a lot to write about. So if Kelsey wants to write some more music, I am right there for her.
Little Dollywood moment.
A little Dollywood moment, yeah. I mean, it was awesome. She's also a huge fan of Dolly Parton, so it was cool to get to see that through her eyes, and for me to find out more about Kelsey's background growing up close by. So it was cool.
I love that. Well, thank you so much and have fun inside, and thank you for being here.
Thank you so much for your time. It's a pleasure to meet you.
You too. Good one. Hi, my face. Hi. Oh yeah. I'm gonna turn you this way because you're. Beautiful, Mickey Guyton. I mean, how are you today? You're looking gorgeous.
I'm so glad I get to talk to you because I got to hang out with you for the cover, and I'm really good. I'm excited to be here.
We're out here one more time.
One more time.
What does it mean for you to be honored in your city of Nashville for, being a powerful woman in music?
First of all, it's such an honor. Pounding the pavement and singing country music has been so hard, and to get that recognition has just felt really, really awesome. And there's like a country music renaissance now. Like it's like one of the biggest genres in the world, and it's just really, really cool to be a part of that movement for sure.
Absolutely. You're very much an activist in your music. We've talked about this, obviously, in your cover video as well. Yeah. What fuels your activism and makes you just want to keep going and keep using your voice?
I'm an empath, and I love women. I love people. And when I see someone suffering, it affects me in a way that I don't think it necessarily affects most people. When you're an empath, you feel things so much deeper and heavier and longer. And so when I've seen people that I love suffering or struggling through just pounding the pavement in this town, part of my therapy is just writing about it. And so I just wrote about it, and I became an activist, not even intentionally. It's just because I just believe everybody deserves to be treated with respect and love and kindness.
Absolutely. In a way, that should be the bare minimum. But
it's literally the bare minimum. Literally.
Absolutely. Okay, what's next for you? What do you have coming up? Are you writing? Are you, putting out some more music? What are we feeling?
I'm definitely putting more music. I'm looking for Christmas. I'm going to China in a few weeks. So there's a lot of really great and cool things happening right now that I'm very, very excited about.
So that's definitely going to inspire something.
Yes, it will. And those bags and the shopping in China is going to inspire some things too.
All right. Well, thank you so much for chatting with me, Mickey. I'll see you inside. Excited to watch you get your award.
Thank you. I got a speech written and everything.
Oh, we're ready.
Thank you. See, I love you.
I love you. Hi, I'm Tiana. Nice to meet you.
Oh my gosh,
Thank
amazing.
You ready to sing our vocalist today?
I'm singing. Crazy.
You've worked with a lot of our honorees today. What's your relationship with the four of them? And I know you worked with Sheryl.
Well, I haven't worked with Sheryl. I toured with Reba, so I did a whole tour with her opening, and I love Mickey. We're friends. Kelsey I've known since before, she had this crazy success. So it's been it's been really cool to watch all of them, rise, and to get to support them today and honor them is so cool. So.
And for someone that, doesn't live in Nashville, can you describe the music scene in Nashville and like the vibe of it here?
Yeah, the vibe is so good. It's so collaborative, and I feel like we're all we're kind of a class coming up together, and it's just really supportive and cool. I love the vibe of the collaborativeness of Nashville.
Absolutely. And what are we in for tonight for the show? I know you're going to be performing. Are we allowed to say? Yes.
Yeah, it's a secret. But no, I'm actually doing a medley of all four of the honoree songs. And then I'm also going to sing my single. It's called Humble Again. So it's out now. So yeah.
Absolutely. Well, I can't wait to see
thank you so much.
Have a good day. Thank you. Okay.
Good to see you.
Good to see you.
We've spoken before?
I don't think we have.
Maybe I just see you on socials.
I'm like, did you come to our Hitmakers event? Maybe.
Yeah.
I think maybe we might have seen each other.
Before the ACMs last year?
Yeah, perhaps.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, good to see you again. We're back
you.
out here. You are presenting to Mickey today. We got to talk about that. What sets Mickey apart from the rest of the country artists out there?
Mickey's just an all-around real one. I really, truly don't believe that I would be in the position that I'm in my career if it weren't for Mickey's direct impact on my life and my career, but also just on her impact on the country music industry. She is someone that has shaken the table, and she hasn't even really gotten a benefit from a lot of what it is that she's done, which is why it's so important for her to get her flowers. But like, I look at artists like myself and Tanner Adele and Brittany Spencer and Shabuzi and even Beyonce being in this space, and we are all byproducts of Mickey being someone that has literally blazed trails, and so I'm just, she's someone that I have a great relationship with in real life, but also someone that I've collaborated with, and someone that she's on the title track from my debut album, and I'm just such a big fan of hers, and what she represents in this space is truly unmatched.
I was going to ask, do you think we'll have another collab with the two of you soon?
She was on my project. Like, I feel like I got to do one for one of her projects, so I'm always down.
Yeah, I love that. And just quickly before I let you go, we got to talk about your music. You blend so many different genres, but what made you originally interested in country music specifically?
It was just the storytelling. I felt like this is some of the best storytelling that we have, and growing up as a fan of hip-hop music, I feel like hip-hop and country are like the two storytelling genres, and I felt like there's a world where I can kind of blend all of these genres that I like while still having the core, storytelling principles of country.
Absolutely. Well said. Well, I'll see you inside. Thank you so much for being here. Breland, everyone.
Absolutely. Thanks.
Thank you so much.
See you.
I like the fit.
Thank you.
We're ready. Now, okay, so we're at Power Women Nashville this time. We're in your stomping grounds. Usually I see you when we're in LA. So what's one thing I have to do in Nashville if I'm new to the city?
Ooh, you've never been here before?
Okay, so I have, but only recently. I'm still kind of new.
Okay, all right. Well, you can go to Broadway, but it's super touristy. Okay. I'd say, go find some good, local music outside of Broadway, because that's just, cover band stuff. But Nashville, it really does have more to offer than just country music, and I feel like if you go to Broadway, that's all you're going to get is covers and country music. So I recommend going to, some local music spots, like the 5 Spot. The Underdog is a little spot I play at a lot. Lots of stuff in East Nashville. There's just good music to be found everywhere.
Yes, I hear East is the place to be. Everyone tells me that for sure. We got to talk about your album a little bit. How do you feel putting that out into the world and having your fans receive it?
Yeah, it's been cool. I'd never written a song before I put it out, and all of a sudden I had to write 12 of them. So it was definitely a big learning curve for me. And looking back, I think I probably needed a bit more practice before I did it, but I'm super proud of myself for putting that out into the world. And I've been writing some more music, so getting ready to hit the studio again and do another one.
Absolutely. And before I let you go, I have to ask, who are some of your songwriter influences? Who do you really look to when you're that's an incredible artist in terms of songwriting?
Yeah, well, my favorite band is Funkadelic. That's a bit of an older band, but people like Steve Lacy is great. And I like the way like Thundercat, he has a lot of like cool instrumental stuff going on, but then lyrically like it's great too. So I can appreciate like the musical level of things and also like the lyricism of it.
Absolutely. Well, congrats on the album, and thanks for being here. We'll see you at the next one.
Yeah, for sure.
Have a good one. I'm going to toss this 1 second.
Great.
All right, I'm going to put you right here so that we can see you. I love the suit. We rocking the suit.
Yeah, you know.
All right, we're at Power.
Here to work.
She's here to work. We're at Power Women Nashville. Do you spend a lot of time in Nashville? Are you based here?
Yeah, based here.
Okay.
Yeah.
How would you describe the music scene to somebody? I'm not from here, so I'm
Welcome.
visiting. Thank
Yes.
you. How would you describe the music scene? Because all 4 of our honorees are musicians.
Yes, of course. I'd say this is like a music town. It's built around music. We're really about songwriting. We're really about the craft. And also what I really love about it, because I'm originally from California, is that people go home at a normal time. Like we have our families and we have people we care about, and we have a schedule in my mind that like is real life.
And what's a normal time?
Like 5 or 6. Like you work and then you go home and have dinner with the people that you love, or you go spend time with people you care about, and like be healthy about it. Enjoy your life,
Absolutely. What's your favorite song that you've written?
Me. I have new stuff coming out, so it's the new, probably this new stuff coming this year. But I also, maybe Diane, I guess. Yeah.
And what about for someone else? Because you've written some really big songs.
Yes, thanks. I'm just gonna blanket not answer and just say that everything that's on Cowboy Carter I'm obsessed with, because like watching the pictures and everything coming out of that tour right now, like I think I'm gonna see it in London and I'm just gonna die. I'm gonna melt. Protector. That's my answer right now.
Yeah, you're like, actually, I got one for you.
Because did you see?
I was at Cowboy Carter.
No, you were there.
I was at opening night, and it was crazy. All right, so, you're in for a treat. But, you wrote for the album.
Yes, but I haven't seen it yet, so...
You're like, the visuals are different.
Excited. Yeah, yes. She puts on the best show ever.
She really does. Yeah. Well, thank you for working on Cowboy Carter.
Thanks for coming to Nashville.
And thanks for being here. Have a good rest of your day. Nashville. Yeah. How are you feeling? You ready?
You got to deliver a speech in front of the most talented, smart women in your city. It's a little nerve-wracking, but I don't know. I feel good about it. I think I wrote just enough, jokes and keep it moving, right? Like, you want to keep it short so everyone's like, they don't get bored and start like eating their soup.
I'm not eating the soup. I have to ask you, though, about Sabrina the Teenage Witch, because we're at Power of Women, and that show was very female-led. Yeah. How does it feel like looking back, and like what maybe is your favorite memory from your time on Sabrina?
Oh my gosh, that's like
so
asking
many.
Who your favorite child is, or it's that was such a special show, and we go to the Comic-Cons now as a cast and love that experience because we get to hear from the fans firsthand, like how international, how much it brought joy to people that were in the hospital or that maybe didn't have friends at the time, or were learning a new language, and how much that show really meant to people, and it's really a special time. My favorite memory, I don't know, we had so many great special guests, music artists like Violent Femmes, who were like my first concert. I wanted to have them on, and because I was a producer and my mother and I produced it, like we could do that. I could have people that I admired on, so almost got Shirley Temple to play my grandmother. Like, there was some really special things like that, so I was spoiled.
You are very much a music person, because for those who don't know, you did make an appearance on The Masked Singer as Lamp. I remember. No, would you ever like put out your own music?
No, I make some jokes today in the speech about how terrible I am. I sound like a cat dying. I don't know how they were able on Masked Singer to get me. You know what, we picked the right song that I knew I could sing, and if I just belted it, like I would have a little... I knew a lot of... My sisters were like Broadway stars growing up and stuff, so I knew a little bit about singing, but I just don't have any tune, tone, whatever the words are. I don't have it.
Your husband's a musician, though, so did he give you like some tips?
He listened to me sing and gave me tips, for sure. And he went with me and held my hand, because I was, honestly, probably the scariest moment of my life was singing on Masked Singer. And I had a freaking mask on, so yeah.
I would be shaking. I can't sing at all, so I love this.
Oh no, it was so horrified. If it wasn't for the mask, I wouldn't have done it. And then they made me take it off and sing a little bit more, and I was like, no, that wasn't part of the deal.
We're done now. Yeah. And lastly, you're based in Nashville now. What's one thing I have to do if I'm just visiting Nashville?
You have to eat at Hattie B's. You have to have the Nashville hot chicken. I mean, that's what we're known for.
Yes.
Oh gosh, there's so much. I'm going to Metallica tonight down on Broadway, down at the Nissan Stadium, so come on out to Metallica. The concerts, the venues, the sound. I'd never been a concert girl before, but living here, you can't help it.
Oh my God.
The sound is so good. The musicians, I mean, even just going to a church choir is just a step above, you know?
I love it. Straight from hosting to the Metallica concert.
I'm going straight to Metallica tonight. I'll change my shoes.
That's a good reward. I like it. All right, well, thank you so much for being here and being our host today.
Thank you. I'm so honored.
All right, have a good one. A little reunion. I love it. Well, what have you been up to since Hitmakers? What's going on?
Gosh, the past couple months have just been unbelievable. I feel like everything has changed in the best of ways. And just gone 2 nights ago, I sold out Anzi Blue, which is Nashville's only female-owned music venue here, and it was unbelievable. It was one of the most incredible experiences ever. So.
And can you describe the Nashville music scene to people who aren't from here or don't live here?
I would say community is like the number one theme. Everyone knows everyone, and it's so rare to have that, especially like these days. And just to be able to have this community of people, especially young female artists, just kind of look out for each other. It's really, I've never seen anything like it.
Absolutely. And what does it mean to you to see Power of Women come to Nashville? You know, we've done it in LA, we've done it in New York, and now we're honoring, Nashville musicians as well.
Yeah, it's really so exciting. There's a lot of women that I know on the business side that are being honored today, and just to get to see them, I mean, I just can't explain how much they have impacted the music industry. It's just so incredible, and they deserve it so much.
Absolutely. Well, thank you so much for being here, and good to see you again.
You too.
I'm sure I'll see you at Hitmakers.
I know.
Nice. How you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
Doing great.
I'm going to turn you this way so you're right on camera. Beautiful. All right, we're here. This is the event, Power Women Nashville. What does it mean to you personally and professionally to see Power Women come to Nashville and honor yourself and just really strong women in country music?
I think it was a great idea because there are so many powerful women in Nashville. We've been here for generations making our mark in the music business and other industries here in Nashville. Lots of smart women, and I'm so proud to be a part of this luncheon today, honoring women who love to do what they do, and also we're honoring the people who have paved the way for us. And without those powerful women, it would have been so much harder for us, so we're very appreciative.
And we talked a little bit in our cover interview about season 2 of Happy's Place, and I have to ask you, have you started filming yet?
No, we start in June. We're so excited to get back. We love the show. We love everybody on it, behind the scenes, behind the cameras, in front of the cameras. It's the greatest family.
Oh, we're very excited. We're very excited to see the second season. And I also have to ask you a little bit about this corn dog on private jet situations. Your fans are going crazy for you and the corn dogs on your private jet. Give me a little context. What's going on? I'm assuming you just love a corn dog.
I do love a corn dog, and I like it mix it with mustard and ketchup. Yeah, not only just one. You got to mix it because it's real good. And when Rex and I first started dating, I was playing the Strawberry Festival, and I showed him a plate. I was sitting on the plane with 2 corn dogs, and the next picture was 2 sticks because I'd already eaten it. I love corn dogs.
You heard that here. She loves corn dogs, guys, if there was any confusion.
I'm a cheap date.
No, that's the best date. I feel like
It is. It really is.
And lastly, what advice do you have for anyone looking to make it in the music scene in Nashville who's maybe not from here, looking to move here and just like kind of start their music career?
You know, the funny thing about it, this has not changed. Everybody getting into the music business, their story is different from anybody else's. So you never know what's going to happen, how you're going to get that big break. So the best advice I can give to anybody wanting to be in this business, listen, learn, pay attention, know your craft, come in with your best A game, work your butt off, and pray to God that it is supposed to be that way.
Well, that is A+ advice because coming from Reba, I would trust it.
Thanks a bunch.
But thank you so much for being here, and we're so happy to have you as an honoree and on the carpet. And
Thank
everything.
you.
You're wonderful. So.
I'm very honored, very blessed.
And have a great day. I can't wait to see your speech.
Thank you. Thanks very much.
We're at Power Women Nashville.
Yes.
What's one thing I have to do in Nashville if I'm not from here? Do you live here?
I live here
Okay.
now, yes, since 2020.
Okay.
Yes.
So what do I have to do?
Oh my gosh. Well, it's kind of like Times Square, but you have to walk down Broadway at least once and see the craziness.
It's like Vegas.
It's like Vegas. You got to do it, right? Okay. And it's kind of fun. It's very crazy. There's the, woohoo pedal bars that all the bridesmaids are, riding around. And so it's kind of fun. I never go there. Like, I take friends there and say, okay, this is this. And you can come back if you want to hang out. I'm going back home. Yeah.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah. Well, so all four of our honorees today are country music stars. Mm-hmm. Are you a fan of country music? Who's on your playlist?
Yeah, I have just really, since being here for 5 years, have really been getting to know country music more. I love Vince Gill and Amy Grant are friends, and I love their music. And I've also started writing music with a songwriter, and that's been.
Can you tell us more? You know, I'm going to ask.
I can't tell you more, but I think you're going to be hearing one of these songs because I don't write music, but I do lyrics, and it's pretty exciting. I'm very humbled by the talent here, though. I have to say, the talent here is off the charts. The lyricists, the musicianship, it's really formidable.
Okay, so it's brought out the music side in you then. Now you're like, I'm writing, I'm doing this.
Yes, we're producing things. We're hoping to start shooting things here in Nashville. So many people are streaming here and leaving, LA or New York, whatever, and coming here for the beauty, for the wonderful, friendly people. The food scene here has exploded. It's been fantastic.
Oh, absolutely. Well, I'm excited. I gotta go hit Broadway, apparently.
You gotta go hit Broadway just for a minute.
All right. Thank you so much.
All right,
Have a good time.
Nice chatting with
Nice
you.
chatting
Thanks.
with you too. For video.
Let's say it again.
We spoke for video.
Oh, yes,
we did your cover together.
Y'all were great. Y'all were great.
No, you were great. We have one of our honorees here. We're obviously honoring you tonight, but we're honoring as well Reba, Kelsea, Mickey. What is it about this foursome that is just complete powerhouse in country music?
I just have to say I love the way that women, particularly in this genre of music, really come out for each other. I think a lot of people think that we're very competitive, but really we're much more supportive than people realize, and we are inspired by each other, and we're also there to sort of push each other and to, be there for the causes that we all stand up for. So it's fantastic. I mean, Reba has been one of those people that sort of led the fray, and all of us have kind of followed behind her. So it's kind of fantastic.
That's very sweet that you're all sharing the honor today. I would have to ask you about becoming a mega mentor on The Voice. What are the vibes like? Are you excited? Are you going to collab with Kelsea because she's a judge?
Oh, I don't know. But
maybe.
I have her phone number, so you never know. It was so much fun. And I could not do what those young people do. I mean, the pressure and the stress, and then you have these famous people telling you, oh, that's really great, but what if you do that? It's just like, wow, I would not be able to do it. That being said, it was really, really fun, and Kelsea is so good at it. So if I were a young one on The Voice, I would definitely love to be on her team.
Absolutely. And lastly, before I let you go, in your cover video, we spoke a little bit about how obviously you are a very successful musician now, but you used to be a teacher.
Yes, I did.
And what I found hilarious is you telling me that kids would come to your show and yell the name of your elementary school.
Yes.
How often does that actually happen?
It doesn't really happen anymore, but I will tell you the first time that it happened, somebody yelled, Callison! Callison, which was the name of the school. And I thought they were yelling Allison, which is a very famous Elvis Costello song. And I'm thinking, we don't know Allison. We can't play that for you. So, and then later on, of course, this 30-year-old person's like, I had you as my teacher. So you're like, okay. Yes.
Makes sense.
Together. Yeah.
Well, thank you so much for being here. We're so happy to have you as an honoree.
Thank you. It's great to be here.
Can't wait to see your speech.
Really great. Thank y'all.
I love the fit.
I love your fit.
Girl, we came ready. We said
Your
power
feet
women.
hurt yet?
No, I'm used to them. I'm short.
Those are sick.
I'm short. We gotta.
I'm tall. I'm always just like a tower.
No, I'll trade with you any day.
No, ma'am.
Okay,
No, ma'am.
we got to talk about your arena tour. You've just finished.
I'm done.
What's the biggest thing you learned from your first big arena tour?
Oh my gosh. I mean, honestly, I think to not be so scripted. I think for me, I've always been so I've wanted live shows and touring to be such a big part of my career, and so I think I've put so much thought into every single moment, including the in-between moments. And this tour, I really wanted to just be present every night, because when you're doing the same show over and over again for 35 shows, it's really easy to just kind of switch into this kind of like, okay, now I know what I'm doing and I'm just going through the motions, and I didn't want to do that. And so I didn't plan really when I was going to talk or what I was going to say, and I just let every night be what it was going to be. And I think it kept me really in it. And I think I really made some of my best memories on those 35 shows in the in-betweens.
That's what it's about.
Yeah.
I also love that you disclosed that you hired 30% of like a women crew. Why was that important to you to like make that statement?
Well, because, you know, it's one thing to say that, like, I support women. It's another thing to actually do it. And I think I've spent the last 10 years trying to figure out what that looks like and how I can really be about it. And I will say, it's, you know, I get to be a part of hiring the band and hiring kind of a certain part of the crew, but then it's up to other people in the crew to hire the drivers and the truck drivers and the lagging people and everything. And so I really, it's a credit to them as well to have that same kind of heart of wanting to be evolved in the way that we're touring and wanting to have more representation on our tour. And it was really amazing to take the end of tour photos and have a really solid group of women in that photo.
It's very refreshing to see artists put an effort into that. So
yeah, it's
we all
important.
appreciate that.
Thanks.
And lastly, before I let you go, how does it feel to see power women come to Nashville and honor, you know, strong women, both personally and professionally? How does that feel?
Well, I mean, listen, I'm biased because to me, I grew up on every kind of music, just really looking up to women in every genre and also in every area of entertainment. But I moved to Nashville for a reason. I wanted to be part of this community and this genre of music. And just to know how many impactful, important pillar women I've had the pleasure of knowing in this town, to see kind of the support and the, I don't know, just the love for this town really show up today it's awesome.
I will say something people loved from your cover video was your favorite Southern saying.
Oh.
Do you remember what it was?
Oh, was it Amen, Brother Ben, shot a goose and hit a hen?
That was the one.
That's
and
right.
I didn't even ask you what it meant.
Oh, I think it's just how you end a prayer. You know,
Okay.
if you just want to add a little spice to that.
I love it. Perfect end note. Thank you, Kelsey.
You're welcome.
Have so much fun. Thank you for being here.
This is cute.
Girl, this is cute.
Well,
I mean,
you know.
how far along?
9 months today.
So any
Very
minute
pregnant.
now.
Yeah, I'll be. So I don't know why people say it's 9 months. It's 10. It is 10 months of pregnancy. It's 40 weeks. I'm here to tell everyone the truth for all the women out there. So close, but not quite done.
Okay,
yeah.
so maybe not another Power Women moment today.
Technically full term is 37 weeks. So next week I'll be full term. She could come anytime. But
I love that. Now, am I correct that you auditioned for American Idol in Nashville?
I did at the Bridgestone, yes, and then at the Ryman when they narrowed it down.
Bring me back to that time of like auditioning in Nashville and being here. And what was the energy like when you auditioned back then for American Idol?
Well, I was 15, which is crazy. So thankful for that 15-year-old girl that changed my life. But I drove up with my family and got in line with like 15,000 other people. And somehow, by the grace of God, they liked me. I made it through, and then, you know, the rest is history. So pretty wild. But I grew up in a small town in Georgia, and I have been singing since I was like 3 or 4 years old, obsessed with singing. And I told people from the time I was 6 years old that I was going to be on American Idol. So I was like doing a campaign for myself for like 9 years, getting ready for that
manifested.
show. Yeah, I did.
Absolutely manifested. Do you still watch American Idol? Or?
I do, yes. We actually, there's a little girl on there. I say little girl, she's 15. She's like me then, named Maddie, that's from here. My husband actually works, I think, with her aunt or something. So we've been watching her and keeping up with her. And it's been so crazy to see her and think about that was me 15 years ago, but I'm so proud of her. Yeah.
Would you ever be a judge?
Sure, yeah. I think I would have a hard time judge. Like,
I'd be like, everyone's great.
I'm like, but yes, I would do it. I think I would like prefer to host, but you know, Ryan Seacrest is pretty locked in on that deal.
Maybe a little co-host moment.
I would judge though.
And what's it like for you seeing Power of Women come to Nashville? You know, we've been to LA, we've done New York, and now we're, you know, honoring musicians in Nashville and women, you know, so.
Well, first of all, thank you for coming here because I couldn't fly to anywhere else.
Well, I think that's fair.
I feel like selfishly y'all did that to help me be able to come here. Yes, thank you. No, I'm really proud. There are so many empowering women in Nashville. I was just telling someone like this, I'm having a little girl, and it has changed everything I feel about women. Like, it's just deepened my appreciation for women in general. And I am so thankful that my little girl is going to grow up with women like this around her to inspire her and follow her dreams. Like, it's so crazy to think about 15 years from now what she's going to want to do and what her dreams are going to be.
Audition for American Idol.
Yes, I hope she can sing. I'll retire and she can pay my bills, you know. Just kidding. But so many empowering women here in Nashville. So thank you for coming here and honoring them because the women in this room inspire me every day, and I'm just proud to be a part of them and be friends with them and know them, and I'm excited for her to know them as well.
Absolutely. Well, thank you for being here and coming and speaking on it. So
absolutely.
We're happy to have
Proud
you.
to be here. Thank you.
And good luck.
Yes, so close. I mean, I could go into labor. Worse things have happened, but
we'll have to get you on stage.
I know. I want to get my snacks first.
Good afternoon to this amazing room full of strong women and men and everyone. Welcome to Variety Power of Women Nashville, presented by Lifetime. This is Variety's first time hosting this Power of Women event in Nashville. They've spent over a decade switching off between New York and LA, but it wasn't until someone visited Nashville for their BFF's bachelorette party and rode a pedal pub, right, that they first realized they should just host it here. So you add a cowgirl hat and serve some fried green tomatoes, and we are living the Southern sweet tea dream, right? Well, it's similar to my journey, actually. I was born and raised in New York, lived in LA for many years, and now I have resided in Nashville for 5 years. This city has welcomed me and my family with open arms, lots of biscuits and hot chicken. So I consider myself a little bit Yankee and a little bit y'all. It's such an honor to be here celebrating the women of Nashville. Women who run this town, women with tons of talent, business smarts, and no lack of style, as I can tell from this room. Women who run the country music scene here. Women who film movies and videos, and all the busy working women who are ready to get out of those crowded cities of LA and New York. Although, surprisingly, the traffic and the potholes aren't any better, right? Am I right? Anyway, you may know me as an actress from my show, Clarissa Explains It All, where I would talk directly to the camera while trying to explain the ridiculous situations that I would get into. And the show was a big hit in the 90s, but it recently had a new surge of popularity thanks to Paramount streaming and our turbulent changing times. Since 2020, a lot of people have been asking me why I never explained what was coming in this decade of global pandemics, political division, and tech neck. You know, that's that line that we all get, that new wrinkle from looking at our devices. I just try to tell people I'm an avid reader, but that's just a bold-faced lie, so no one's buying it. You may know me also from Sabrina the Teenage Witch, which is a show title that sounds like it was written by Clarissa in an attempt to explain it all. But no one seems to realize I was 20 when I did that show, so I was never a teenager playing a witch. But enough about me. We are here to celebrate so many exceptional women, and I just can't wait to celebrate them all with you. All right, so we have Kelsea Ballerini and Reba McEntire are here today. Both have been judges on The Voice. So I was thinking maybe the two of you could turn around for a second. I've always wanted to do a blind audition for you for years. No, I'm actually kidding because I sound like a dying cat. You don't want to hear it. But Reba and I made a Lifetime original Christmas movie together in 2021 called Christmas in Tune. She was the star. I was the producer, luckily, because I don't know anything about tune. Reba is an icon in music and in television, and her newest show is now called Happy's Place. And she is one of the few women who share the distinction of being so loved by the world that she is known by her first name alone, right? Meanwhile, I have to use 3 names to be identified, but I haven't had the opportunity to work with Kelsea Ballerini before, but I hear she recently made her TV debut on Dr. Odyssey, and she's in and out of auditions for film and television projects. Kelsea is a superstar on the rise, and I know this because the true distinction of a badass woman is someone who knows how to take a tumble and keep on ticking. And if you saw her viral moment from her tour finale, Kelsea literally took a tumble and was able to slide it into a rock star moment with grace and elegance. I mean, Kelsea is someone who knows how to live by the mentality of the show must go on. Mickey Guyton is also here. Mickey released her 4th studio album last year called House on Fire. And Mickey, I recently read an interview where you said you went to cheerleading camp in high school, and while all the other kids were doing karaoke, you were yodeling to Leanne Rimes' Blue. So I know you probably have a beautiful speech prepared for today, but I just ask that you include a couple yodels for the fans here, if we could do that. And I'm so impressed that Mickey got to sing Nothing Else Matters with Metallica on stage. I'm going to be at Metallica tonight at Nissan, and I'm hoping maybe you'll come out and surprise us again. I'd love to hear that. She also recently sang with Ringo at the Opry, which, oh my gosh. So I asked ChatGTP to give me a quote. Just wanted to kind of see how we could have some fun with you, and this is the fabulousness that came up. Mickey's voice is so powerful that if you played one of her ballads backwards, it'll actually fix your breakup. And I think that's very accurate, so. And last, but certainly not least, we have the incredible Sheryl Crow here. So Sheryl started her career by making Tuesdays sound exciting, and let's face it, only Sheryl and tacos could do that. It thrills me that our kids actually go to the same school, but somehow between the two of us, we don't have the pull to get a drum corps going for our football team. So Sheryl, we'll have to talk about that later. We'll discuss. She'll be speaking about her support for the Natural Resources Defense Council, and they are doing important work to combat climate change. And it's no surprise that Cheryl's involved, because she's told us several times she's going to soak up the sun. And I've got a feeling she's not the only one. But let's face it, if vibes were a genre, Sheryl would have a platinum record in it, right? So I want to thank Variety and Lifetime for hosting this beautiful event. Variety is celebrating their 120th anniversary this year, so happy birthday, Variety. It only took 120 years for you to host a Nashville event, but, if some of us are alive in another 120 years, maybe we can try this at Memphis. I don't know. So please help me now welcome to the stage Variety's CEO and group publisher, Michelle Sobrino, and Variety's executive music editor, Jem Oswald.
Good afternoon, and welcome to the first ever Power of Women Nashville. We are so proud and honored and happy to have all of you here with us today. As Melissa says, it took us a minute to get here, but it didn't take long at all for us to figure out how to get here, by honoring the most underrepresented and certainly the most underpaid group of human beings in the world. Power of Women started in 2009, and it's become our most successful and in many ways our most necessary event, not only because of who is recognized, but because of the charities that the honorees have chosen to highlight, which Variety makes a donation to. You'll find cover stories on all 4 artists and information about the charities and lots of others in the issue of Variety in front of you. You'll also find profiles of the 26 executives on our impact list, and we also shine a light on 4 of the women who make the Grand Ole Opry what it is. So happy anniversary, youngster. It also didn't take us long to realize that we needed to recognize another under-recognized and underpaid group of women, songwriters. Because what is Music City without songs? Now, I'm going to embarrass all of our honorees and ask you to please stand up and get a round of applause. All right, thank you. I'd also like to introduce you to our 2 editors-in-chief, Cynthia Littleton, who wrote the Reba story in the magazine, and Ramin Satuda, who are right over there, giving a royal wave. And I'd also like to ask someone to stand up who really needs no introduction in this town. Chris Willman, who's been covering Nashville music since the 90s, and wrote 2 of the cover stories in the issue and lots more besides. Chris, wherever you are, stand up, please. Let's hear it for him. We're so lucky to have him. Now, one thing we wanted to emphasize is that the Power of Women is not a competition where we decide one person is number 1 and another's number 4 and another's number 23. But instead, we're saying these are some of the most important creatives and executives in Nashville. We hope to have a completely different list next time we're here, because heaven knows there's certainly no shortage of women in Nashville deserving of these honors. But you definitely don't need a man to tell you that. So please welcome someone who not only created Power of Women event, but has been so supportive of Variety's music efforts from day one. We're so grateful to her. Our awesome, awesome CEO and Variety Group publisher, Michelle Sobrino Stearns.
Thank you, Jem. Hi, everyone. Welcome. Thank you for being here. We're so excited to have you here today, where we celebrate bold voices, big hearts, and unstoppable talent. The room is packed with power. The power that builds, that lifts, that leads, and makes change. Huge thanks to the female-led Variety event marketing team, especially Jamie Aronson and Dana Wolpa, and to my amazing colleagues, Millie Chiavelli and Andrew Hamp, for making the event happen. Today would not be possible without some truly incredible partners who don't just believe in the power of women, they invest in it. So when we started dreaming up this event, we knew we needed a dream team. Enter Go West Creative Group, a fierce, women-led production team headed up by the amazing Eileen Valois. They brought the soul and sound of Nashville and even helped us put together our very own all-star band of local musicians who we've curated from the previous work with today's honorees. So, thank you. Speaking of stars, thank you to Amazon Music for treating us today to a performance by country pop singer-songwriter Dasha, performing her Amazon Music original cover of Here for the Party. We can't wait to hear you. We also want to give a huge shout out to L Acoustics, who brought the cutting edge audio magic you're hearing on the main stage. Are we at the Ryman? You'll be happy to know that they're opening their new regional headquarters right down the street at Nashville Yards this fall. And last, and never least, a big thank you to A&E Global Media, especially Paul Buccieri and Michael Feeney. These two men are champions of great content, champions of our industry, and most importantly, champions of women. So, known for their powerful documentaries, the team at Lifetime is set to debut the 4-part documentary event, The Judd Family Truth Be Told, on Mother's Day weekend, May 10th and 11th, profiling one of the greatest country music families of our time. The doc examines Naomi Judd's complicated bond with her daughters, Wynonna and Ashley. It's now my great privilege and honor to welcome to the stage Alexandra Dean, filmmaker and director of the new Lifetime documentary, The Judd Family Truth Be Told.
Oh my God, this is very exciting. You guys have to know, this was supposed to be Ashley Judd up here in front of you. I'm so sorry. Ashley is sick, and she wants me to tell you all, she wished she could be here. She's so sorry not to be here. I'm a little bit sorry she's not here, but I'm also very, very happy to be able to talk to you a little bit about this docuseries that I just made that I'm really proud of. I'm really excited about, and I hope you all watch. So let me tell you a little bit about it. We're here at this Power of Women event. Well, you know the Judds are some of the most powerful women Nashville's ever seen, maybe in the US. 3 incredible women. But, you know, when I tell people that I was making this docuseries, a lot of people had the same question for me. It was a little bit unnerving. The question was, will you unlock the mystery of why Naomi Judd died the night before she was going to be inducted into the Hall of Fame here in Nashville? It was something she cherished, she wanted so much, and people are asking why. Look, I understand the question, but I think people really are asking something a little deeper than that. They're really saying, did I know Naomi Judd? Why did I not see this coming? Why did we all not see this coming? Who was she really? Why did she make the choices she made? Well, that's what this docuseries is about. It's about her life. It's about her children, Wynonna and Ashley Judd, 2 of the best-known women in America, who came from this family with Naomi. It's really about the story Naomi didn't tell you. She wrote biographies, she did films, but there was a story she just didn't want to tell in her lifetime, which we were able to cobble together through her recordings after her death. And I think it would have been very important for her to tell after all. Now, people hear that we're launching this on Mother's Day, and they say, is this going to be a Hallmark card to one of America's most best-known moms? No, this is not that film. Naomi Judd, if we're being honest, had a really hard time being a mom. Wynonna and Ashley told me jaw-dropping stories about really how hard it was during their childhood having to raise each other, be mother to each other, and raise themselves. It wasn't an easy childhood. Things were dark. They were raised for a while in LA by a mom who was traumatized. She had PTSD. Naomi had had Wynonna as a teenage mom. She herself had not really had a mother figure who loved her. She was barred from her own home after giving birth at the age of 19. She was traumatized. And now we know there was even more trauma and abuse in there than we'd ever heard about before. So how was this young child, this terrified young child, supposed to become a mother to these 2 little girls, Ashley and Wynonna, when she herself was motherless and so scared? And at first she did a really bad job. That's the truth. She did a really bad job. The kids witnessed domestic violence. They lived in dire poverty. It was a childhood nobody should have to experience. So how did one of the most revered, extraordinary trio of women in America emerge from this background. Well, that's my favorite part of the story. That's the part I really love. Because Naomi, for all her flaws, was a real fighter. She really was a survivor. And she had nothing, not a penny to her name. She was a student trying to become a nurse, get a nursing degree, and she fled LA with her kids. And she said, I'm starting again in my roots. And this is such an appropriate place to talk about this in Nashville, because she went back to Kentucky, and she went to one of the centers of music in Kentucky, Berea College, which Ashley, if she was here, would tell you she called her home place. She went to her home place. And they didn't have a penny to their names, guys, but they built the most beautiful life there. And I think if you watch the series, you'll be really astonished, and it will teach you something. It taught me something. They didn't have cell phones, obviously, but they also didn't have a television. They didn't really have access to a phone. They didn't have a radio. They had nothing when they got to Berea, except they lived in a culture that revered music, the roots of music that came out of Kentucky, and also arts and storytelling. And so little Ashley started telling stories about fairies that lived in the roots of the trees there in Berea. Little Winona picked up a guitar and started to play. And Naomi picked up her children's little Mickey Mouse notebook and started to write songs. All of this, guys, it came out of nothing. Worse than nothing. It came out of a background of abuse and deprivation and desperation. And when you think about that, you think, who should not be inspired by that? They picked up each other, and they started to play music together. And we were so lucky making this documentary that Naomi kept a record of all of these things. There were cassette tapes, guys, that we could pull out of their boxes and play for the first time. And we heard Winona yodeling to the hills. Ashley telling stories in a radio play her mom had written for the girls. And best of all, this tape that was recorded from songs that Naomi had written in 1975 for her and Winona to sing together right at the beginning. And those songs were about their daily life. They were songs like Soup, Beans, and Cornbread. There was a song about their cat. There was a song about Naomi missing her mother. And there was the best song of all, which is a song about how much Naomi loved her daughters. And it's called Child of the Light. And you'll hear it in the film, in the series, and it is spectacular. And it's a song she wrote about how these children were full of light. And that was, you know, the beginning of the magic. It was the beginning of the magic. If Winona were up here, she'd say to you, the love was always in the music. And Don Potter, who was their musical director and is a really wise man, he said to me, the music was meant to heal them. And it's true, it did heal them. It healed them enough when they were there in Berea that they started making this incredible art. Was it enough to heal everything for this trio of women? No. I think Winona and Ashley would tell you they didn't get what they needed for much of their life. They didn't get the mothering and the nurturing they needed. But Naomi did what she could, and what she could actually was very extraordinary. Naomi figured out this form of harmonizing with her daughter Winona that Don Potter told me he'd never heard before. It was like taking a highlighter and just highlighting her voice, underscoring it, lifting it, so that it went pow. And Winona's voice is the one that you really hear. And that's how this mother catapulted her daughter into fame and lifted her to become the next female Elvis. What a thing to do. Now, mothering has many faces, and I would say to you that is a face of a mother. That is a mother who wanted this for her daughter more than anything. She was going to lift her up. Was it enough? No, probably not. But it did bring us this extraordinary sound. And as Naomi and Winona hit the road, it meant really difficult things for Ashley. Ashley, you'll find out in this series, was radically abandoned. Abandoned as a young teen, abandoned totally and completely to fend for herself. Ashley, in that void, again, in that moment of deprivation, she grew stronger, she became more extraordinary, and she decided to mother herself. She turned that pain into ambition, and she became the actress we know today. She became a global advocate for women who struggled as she did. And she became the woman who kicked off the Me Too movement in many ways. So I don't think it's an exaggeration to say that this series in some ways will give you a backdrop, the context for how the Me Too movement started. This family is extraordinary. The Judd family, we do not love them for their perfection. We love them because they survive. They know how to survive with grace. And that's a form of power. Ashley Judd, at the end of her mother's life, you'll hear in this series, performed an extraordinary act of grace. She discovered her mother in her mother's final moments. And she helped her find peace. She mothered her own mother. She helped her feel the love I think Naomi had always found it so hard to feel. It was an extraordinary act of love. So today, when we honor the Judds, I want us to honor them not just for the art they've brought us, this extraordinary music, which has lifted us all, but also for their courage and their resilience and their grace. And please watch the doc. Thank you so much. And thank you.
You love me? You love me? You're gonna leave me? You're gonna leave me? Okay.
14 #1 records.
Mother Naomi and her daughter Winona, the Judge.
I was so proud of their success.
It was magical on stage.
It's heavenly music.
But off stage.
Naomi spent her whole life building this narrative.
She had no idea what I went through as a child.
I was old enough to know that something was wrong.
There were secrets, big secrets.
It's a blessing and a burden to be that close to your mother.
She was afraid telling the truth would break her.
My grandmother had 2 brothers who were predators.
The text from Mom said, "Please help."
I've never talked about this before.
It was a very trying time.
They say you have to live the blues to write about them.
The Judd Family, Truth Be Told, premieres Saturday, May 10th at 8, only on Lifetime.
Ladies and gentlemen, she's an ACM and CMA nominated artist, a voice for change, and a champion for women. Here to honor our incredible honorees with a special medley, please welcome Megan Lindsay.
Hey, how y'all doing? Well, I remember it all very well. Looking back, it was the summer I turned 18. We lived in a one-room rundown shack on the outskirts of New Orleans. We didn't have money for food or rent, to say the least. We were hard-pressed. Then Mama spent every last penny we had to buy me a dancing dress. Well, Mama washed and combed and curled my hair, then she painted my eyes and lips. Then I stepped into a satin dancing dress that had a split on the side clean up to my hip. Well, it was right, velvet trimming, yeah, fit me good. Standing back from the looking glass, there stood a woman where a half-grown kid had stood. Said, "Here's your one chance, friends, you're gonna let me down. Here's your one chance, friends, you're gonna let me down. Forgive me for what I do, but if you want out, well, it's up to you. Not all cold as ice, I was shaking, watching you go, and I couldn't breathe. No, I just couldn't see past you leaving me here all alone. It's funny what a little time does, baby. I'm better than you left me. I'm better than I should be. I'm better than I was when you walked out that door. I'm stronger than the woman, the one that you knew back then. So don't you think I'll take you back like every time before? No, baby, I don't think you know me anymore. I'm better than you left me. I'm better than you left me. Yeah, yeah. Okay. Yeah. Boy, with your hair back, I kinda like that. If you wanna walk my way, I'ma shoot you straight up, show me what you're made of. I don't have time to waste on the boys that are playing the games or leaving the girls crying out in the rain. So tell me, baby, do you got what it takes? If you're gonna hold me like I'm leaving. If you're gonna kiss me like you mean it. Baby, if you're not, you best get to leaving. If you're gonna love me like you mean it. If you're gonna talk the talk, you better walk it. If you wanna keep me like you lost it. If you're gonna say it, make me believe it. If you're gonna love me, boy, love me like you mean it. Love me like you mean it. Gotta feel like hell tonight. These tears of rage, I cannot lie. Be the last to help you understand. Are you strong enough to be my man? My man. Nothing's true, nothing's right. So let me be alone tonight. 'Cause you can't change the way I am. Are you strong enough to be my man? Lie to me. I promise I'll believe. Lie to me. But please don't leave. Thank you guys. Thank you guys so much. It's such an honor to be here. This does not fit in here. It's because I put this on it. It's fine. It's such an honor to be here and to get to honor these four incredible women. Reba, there you are. You graciously allowed me to open for you on the All the Women I Am tour. And at that time, it was really one of the darkest times of my life. I was going through a terrible breakup and it was very toxic. And I was parting ways with my record label. And you were so kind and so gracious. And I didn't even know if I could get up there and perform every night. And I learned a lot about myself on that tour. And I learned a lot watching you and how you command a stage. And also how you treat people when you get off the stage. And how you run your business. And I'm just so grateful to have had that experience and to get to learn from you, because you truly are the queen, and you are Reba for a reason, and I got to experience it firsthand.
So we love you so much. Mickey, my girl, love you. I know just a few years ago we were texting back and forth about this industry and just how hard it has been, and I know that sometimes it makes you want to walk away and it makes you want to quit, and you are the true definition of staying power and being true to yourself and being honest. And I love you. I love you so much, and I'm so proud of you, and it's so cool to watch you rise. And I think we all are just so inspired by you and your journey. So grateful to be here and get to honor you too. Kelsey, I remember doing a songwriter round with you, and I think you were like not even old enough to vote, but you were so young, and you were playing these songs, and I was like, man, every song you were playing during this round, I was like, that's a hit, that's a hit, that's a hit. And you commanded the room, and you were just such a light. And I got in the car with my husband after that round, and I looked at him, I was like, that girl is a star. Like, you were a star from the gate, like straight out the gate. So it's been so cool to watch you rise and to do your headlining tour. Like, I'm on the Instagram, like, comment. Like, I'm just so excited for you and just everything you've accomplished. So it's really cool to watch. I don't know where Sheryl is. Oh, there you are. Hi. We've never met. Well, we met once at a telethon, but you probably don't remember. But your music has shaped me, and you've shown us all what it means to have staying power and to grow. And I mean, you're the soundtrack for my entire existence. Honestly, I remember being a kid and roller skating in my neighbor's garage, listening to All I Want to Do. And it was like the best thing ever. And it's still, every time I hear it, it takes me back to that time in my life. So thank you. Thank you for being who you are and just being such a completely outspoken badass. It's really, truly inspiring. No pressure, right? I just put out a new single, and it's called Humble Again. And I got asked on the carpet a little bit ago, they said, what do you think it means to be a powerful woman, or what makes you powerful? And I would have said my resilience, because I've been in this business for a long time, and I know a lot of you know me. And I've had the ups and the downs and the reinventing myself and the trying to come back and figure it all out, and I don't know what I'm doing, and I don't know if I belong in this room. But I have learned that my true power lies in my vulnerability and being able to talk about it, to talk about what it means to have to get up. And I think that that's what makes us powerful as women, is when we talk about it. So this song is about the journey, and it's about that. But I wrote this in the bathtub one night when I was losing it, but it's called Humble Again. I've never been one to get too high on my horse. Guess everything was just too good. The ship was too on course. Then the storm came raging, and it sucked me in, and it spit me out. Now I'm humble again. Look, my no hands, but then I crashed. I used to have lots of friends, now they don't call me back. I was everybody's cup of tea when I was everybody but me. Now I'm humble again. Sometimes you're the rock star, sometimes you're the clown, sometimes you're coming unglued, but you're sticking around. I used to live for the high, now I don't know who I am. I used to ride in a tour bus, now I'm back in a van, and I'm humble again. Look, my no hands, but then I crashed. I used to have lots of friends,
friends, now they don't call me back. I was everybody's cup of tea when I was everybody but me. Now I'm humble again. Woo-hoo. When I lost my way, I guess I'm just a fool. Woo-hoo. Woo-hoo. But I woke up better today, 'cause I got nothing to lose. Woo-hoo. Look, my no hands, but then I crashed. I used to have lots of friends, but they don't call me back. I was everybody's cup of tea when I was everybody but me. Now I'm humble again. But then I crashed. I used to have lots of friends. They don't call me back. I was everybody's cup of tea when I was everybody but me. Now I'm humble again. Woo-hoo. Now I'm humble again. Thank you guys so much. I'm Megan Lindsay. Thank you.
Let's hear it for Megan Lindsay. All right, we're going to play a few more songs for you while you enjoy your lunch.
Please welcome Michelle Tygard Kammerer.
That was great. Hi, everybody. Hi, my name is Michelle Tygard Kammerer. Most of you know me as MTK, and I am the head of country music at Amazon Music. Standing up here today, it's impossible to not be inspired by this room. I see not only incredible women who have made country music what it is today, but also the next generation of women who are determining its future. Now, with that future in mind, I'm incredibly honored to introduce our next performer, Dasha. At only 25 years old, Dasha has already made an indelible mark on country music. Since her breakout single, Austin, she's become one of country music's most vibrant young stars. In only a little over a year, she secured coveted spots at the CMT Awards, ACL, and CMA Fest. She also sold out her first global headlining tour, performed on the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade, and just this past weekend, rocked the main stage at Stagecoach with an extraordinary performance fit for a headliner. Now today, I'm excited to reveal, for the first time ever, that Dasha is our newest Amazon Music breakthrough artist. The Amazon Music Breakthrough Program champions emerging artists at the most crucial moment in their career, helping make their creative vision a reality. Dasha joins the likes of Bailey Zimmerman, our boy Breland, and Chapel Roan, all who are alumni of the program. I know I speak for everyone at Amazon Music when I say we are absolutely thrilled to be working with her. She'll be performing her brand new Amazon Music original cover of Gretchen Wilson's Here for the Party that she debuted at Stagecoach this last weekend. Please welcome our new Amazon Music breakthrough artist, Dasha.
Hey y'all, how we doing? Who's here for the party?
so much, guys. It is such an honor to be here. Thank you to Variety for having me. Oh my God. Cheers to the power of women. I can't say that enough, seriously. This past year has obviously been really insane, and I just have felt so supported by the women of Nashville specifically. And I'm just so grateful to be here. Thank you for this opportunity. I'm so humbled by being here, and I'm so humbled by being Amazon Music's Breakthrough Artist of the Year. So thank you again. Thank you, MTK. I love you guys so much. I feel so excited and empowered at this peak of my career to encourage women to be the most badass version of themselves. And I get so much hate for, I don't even know what, but I'm just, Amazon Music is so much about girl, you do exactly what you do and don't let anyone tell you else. So thank you for that. I love you guys. Yeehaw!
Here to present our first honoree is two-time Grammy-nominated multi-platinum singer-songwriter Noah Kahan.
All right. Hey, everybody. So honored to be here celebrating all the powerful women here. But I'm particularly excited to introduce my friend Kelsey. Just last week, Kelsey and I were asked to leave Guy Fieri's Flavor Town in downtown Pigeon Forge, Tennessee. It was after a long day of riding roller coasters and eating foot-long corn dogs at Dollywood, where Kelsey spent time as a child growing up in Knoxville, Tennessee. As we were shamefully leaving the restaurant, I started to worry about writing the speech and how to truly capture Kelsey's spirit and to describe this person who I've been so fortunate to come to know and to call a friend and a collaborator. As we stumbled laughing out of those pearly gates into the abandoned parking lot, I realized that what I love most about Kelsey is her joy for life. Getting to see her kindness up close to everyone she meets is when I started to realize what a special person she was. It's very rare to meet someone who can write so beautifully about their life, their relationships, their memories, who also treats everyone she meets like they've known each other for years. It's a kindness that extends to her partner, her friends, random strangers, and corn dog salesmen. And I believe above all, her fans. Her dedication to the people that love her is unwavering and inspires me to find more kindness within myself. And she's never been afraid to speak her mind and to advocate for what she believes in. And her work in the mental health space, particularly through the Feel Your Way Through Foundation, Kelsey has raised over $700,000 for nonprofits centered around healing people suffering with anxiety, depression, and other mental health issues. Her dedication to what she believes in is what I think really sets her apart. As someone that's struggled with my own mental health for many years, it's really encouraging to see someone who's an artist with such talent and such demand dedicate so much of her time and heart to this cause. And I hope that every artist can look to Kelsey as an example of how to access the kindness we hold in our hearts and to share it with the world. It really does make a huge difference. So thank you. And Kelsey, you make a difference in a lot of lives. I'm really grateful to be your friend, and I'm honored to present you with the Variety Power of Women Nashville Award.
Hey. Okay, I wrote a speech. I spent like a week and a half on it, so I am going to read the prompter the entire time. Thank you, Noah. I really do think singing Cowboys Cry Too is the only reason that straight men that were dragged to my tour by their girlfriends and wives were able to endure my very glittery, emotional 90-minute show every night. So I owe you forever. But, and I'm going to set this down too. I'm already being weird. It's happening. Okay. Great. You're great. But in all honesty, one of the reasons I'm lucky enough to call Noah a friend is because of our shared love of Guy Fieri and our belief in the value of destigmatizing mental health and helping facilitate conversations, resources, and community around it. That's the heart of our song, his foundation, the Busy Head Project, and the Feel Your Way Through Fund I started in 2021. I want to say, When I released my first single, Love Me Like You Mean It, over 10 years ago, I was wildly naive to the climate of country music when it came to the opportunities for women, and young enough to be in the very beginning stages of discovering what I wanted to be about and stand for in the music and beyond. I had my head down and a very Virgo voice in my head saying, "Don't fuck it up. Sorry, Mom." When that song went top 5, Tomatogate happened, remember? Yeah, me too. And I quickly became acquainted with the very real, unbalanced nature for men and women in the landscape of country music. What I wanted to say was, good thing I'm Italian, and the salads I prefer are burrata or pasta salad, neither of which have lettuce. But I wasn't that bold yet. Truthfully, I spent the first 5 years of my artist career operating from a place of fear. I wanted to do it all right. I wanted to be palatable for everybody. And yeah, sure, push a boundary or two with a beat drop instead of a banjo. But nothing that would ruffle too many feathers or affect my songs from being played on the radio. That's not sexy to say out loud, but it's true. I started therapy about 7 years ago to make sure that I could do my best to keep my train on the tracks. And I remember in one session I asked, "What's my vice? What's my crutch?" And I was fully expecting her to respond with, like, chicken nuggets, or red wine, or probably both. And her response was busyness. That I had the ability, because of my career, to busy myself into numbness. Then came 2020, and busyness was not an option for any of us. For the first time in a long time, I had to sit with myself and the personal and professional reality that I had created. I had to get to know the things that I had busied myself away from, and it was the most terrifying and the most necessary season of my life. It's when I started to do the work, and not the music kind, not the career kind, the human kind. I ended up writing a book of poetry to preserve my findings called Feel Your Way Through. In it, I started exploring the non-glittery subjects for the first time. Being an only child from a divorced family and the way it was affecting my relational habits, an eating disorder I quietly struggled with for years, the ongoing PTSD from a school shooting I was in the room for, and the anxiety that so many of us have just existing in the world today. After releasing that book, I realized how impactful just talking about real shit is. Not only how cathartic it was for me, but how it directly leads to conversation, connection, and community. Now, the scope of mental health is really wide, and I can only speak to what I know and just support and advocate for the things I don't. But I do know that talking about it, destigmatizing therapy or medication or any of the tools that are necessary to be healthy and happy for so many people, it's really important. So I started the Feel Your Way Through Fund, and over the years, with the help of fans and friends, we've gotten to pour into organizations like Bring Change to Mind, Backwine, the Trevor Project, the Loveland Foundation, and most recently, a new program called Be Smart. So excited to tell you about this. They provide free gun locks to parents and caregivers at the Monroe Carroll Jr. Children's Hospital. Secure gun storage reduces the risk of suicide by 78%. And in the 7 months this program has been alive, they've given away over 5,600 gun locks. And I don't know about you, but I think that is incredible. When I was told that I had the honor of being a part of Variety's first ever Women of Power Nashville edition, yeehaw, I thought, all right, the outfit better be good and the speech better be better, Ballerini. Because this room, this group of women, this town, It's important. And being a part of today, and right now in music, it matters really deeply to me. It had me thinking about how I would define power. It's changed a lot. It's not statistics, numbers, or accolades. It's not fear of misstepping or worrying about giving someone, as the kids say, the ick. It's not following suit because that's what makes onlookers feel comfortable. It's having the guts to get to know yourself and then be her. It's being unconventional or quirky or even, and I really can't believe I'm saying this because I am a recovering people pleaser, it's being polarizing. And not for the sake of being loud or flashy or controversial, but just because it's honest. It's leaning into mentors, having hard conversations, being kind, listening well, pushing back, and pushing forward. It's having the confidence to stand tall within yourself, find your balance with your shoulders back, and reach your arms out to whoever or whatever may be next to you. And yeah, maybe have a nice, good, embarrassing fall in the process. Who cares? I'm about to make a joke, and I really feel like this is the best room for this joke. So if you get the joke, I'm gonna need you to laugh. As Cynthia and Ariana taught us, we have to hold space for defying gravity. Oh my God. And that is what not just the women being honored today continue to do, but the women that blaze the trails we walk down, and the women moving to Nashville today with dreams of doing more. Thank you to my incredible team. I'm so lucky to work with such incredible people. To my peers, my collaborators, my mama, my real lifers, the men that make me like lettuce. That wasn't in there. I just added it for a little flavor. And Michelle, Ramin, Cynthia, Jim, and the whole Variety team. I am a Sheryl Crow stan, and in her words, I also like a good beer buzz early in the morning, so I'm gonna do that now. Thank you.
Please welcome to the stage multi-platinum musician and songwriter, Breland.
First off, what an honor it is to be in this room surrounded by powerful women who are shaping Nashville and the culture beyond it. When they asked me to introduce the one and only Mickey Guyton, I said yes before they even finished their sentence, because how does one not show up for someone like Mickey? She has shown up for me and so many other artists over the years. Mickey is a great friend and confidant, and I'm beyond grateful to play a small part in helping acknowledge her impactful contributions to music, society, and more. Beyond having an incredible voice, Mickey is a force to be reckoned with, a true powerhouse and trailblazer. She's always been someone who leaves the door open for people like me to walk through them. The way she uplifts and empowers people is extraordinary and a real blessing for those who feel her impact. Mickey has broken barriers that, if we're being entirely honest, should have never been there in the first place. But because they were, she knocked them down with grace, grit, and power. She's made space for artists like me and so many others to stand a little taller, to sing a little louder, and to know that we belong. I think back to the CMT Awards 2021. I was a brand new artist. Mickey and I were performing our song Cross Country, as a part of a medley that she was doing with Gladys Knight. And I had 2 performances as an artist to date. It was a whiskey jam and a performance at my high school, and now I'm supposed to perform on TV. It's a crazy thought. And so I was so, like, for real, I was so nervous, like shaking bad. Mickey, you know, like I was shaking so bad. And Mickey literally just grabbed my hands and she said, "Hey, you belong here. You are supposed to be here. This is your moment. You have worked so hard to be here." And she literally asked Leslie Fram, who's in the building, and the rest of the CMT team for me to be more involved in the medley. And that performance that I wasn't even really supposed to be a part of, that part of it ended up being nominated for a CMT award, which was my first ever nomination. You literally made that happen, Mickey. You made sure that I felt seen, heard, and that I felt like I belonged. So Mickey doesn't just take up space, she is literally creating it. And by the way, she also recorded her vocals for that song at 8 months pregnant and sang down. I'm not sure how she did it, but truly incredible. Beyond the music, Mickey, she has a heart for people that is just as powerful as her art. She has been a champion for mental health, for women, for equity, and her work with the Loveland Foundation. I know we have a couple people here from Loveland. They help provide therapy support for Black women and girls, and that is not just philanthropy, that is healing, that is true legacy work. So today we celebrate Mickey as a woman in power because she's earned every bit of it, not just with what she's achieved, but with what she's given. Mickey, it's not just your resilience and your defiance and your bravery, but it's also your softness and your compassion that makes you such a dynamic and powerful individual. So y'all, please help me honor my friend, a groundbreaker, a game changer, and a genuine light in this industry, Mickey Guyton.
I hate you so much right now. I'm really, I'm not good at, I'm not good at receiving love like this. So thank you so much. I hate you. I'm gonna get this. God, I didn't bring glue, so my eyelashes. You guys, I stand before you today so deeply humbled, honored, and filled with gratitude. And I want to begin by thanking Variety Magazine for this incredible recognition. To be seen, celebrated, and uplifted in a world that often overlooks us is not only meaningful, it is revolutionary. This honor is not just for me, it is for every Black woman who wakes up each day and chooses strength over resilience. So before I say this speech, I need every Black woman in this room, whether you work here or not, to stand up. This honor, Brittany Spencer, you stand up too. No, keep standing. Keep standing, every one of you. This honor is not just for me. It is for every Black woman who wakes up each day and chooses strength over resilience and silence, purpose over fear, community over competition. It is for our mothers, our sisters, our daughters, for those who came before us, and for those still to come. Black women are the blueprint. I'm looking at you over there, women. Standing here, I know y'all work here, but I've seen every single one of you, and I want to acknowledge your existence and your presence here today. Thank you so much for everything that you do. Black women are the blueprint. We are visionaries, the culture shapers, the barrier breakers. We are not just resilient, we are radiant. Despite the weight of generational burdens and systemic challenges, we continue to rise, lead, nurture, and transform. But empowerment is more than a word. It is an act. And the Loveland Foundation embodies every meaning of the phrase, do something. For those of you that don't know, the Loveland Foundation is a nonprofit organization founded in 2018 by my friend Rachel Cargill and is now run by my special guest, Charlene Kemmler. Please come up here, Charlene. Yes. Hold me, I need the help. I need the emotional support. It emerged from a successful birthday fundraiser called Therapy for Black Women and Girls. The foundation's mission is to offer healing and empowerment to communities of color with particular focus on Black women and non-binary individuals. The foundation's flagship initiative is to provide financial assistance for therapy sessions to Black women and girls. Since its inception, the fund has supported nearly, I know the numbers are different now, so what are they now?
210,000 hours of therapy sessions.
How many recipients?
We have had well over 25,000 recipients, and I've spent over close to $10 million in therapy sessions directly.
And these therapies through partnership organizations like Therapy for Black Girls, National Queer and Trans Therapists of Color Network, Talkspace, and Open Path Collective. Are there any more that they need to know?
There are so many. You can go on our website, thelovelandfoundation.org.
I saw a quote on Pinterest that said, "Black women are the only flowers expected to bloom without being watered." I'm going to say that one more time. Can we back that teleprompter up one more time? Black women are the only flowers expected to bloom without being watered. Well, the Loveland Foundation is providing that water by creating a safe space where Black women, girls, and non-binary people can reclaim our stories, rewrite our narratives, and demand space not just at the table, but building our own tables. And y'all can clap for that one too. It's about nurturing the fullness of who we are, our intellect, our beauty, our passion, our fire. And now to every woman in this room, I need y'all all to stand up too. Come on, girls. I need y'all all to stand up too. I have been in this town for 10 plus years, and the injustices that I have seen, I have told some of my friends that are white women, the way that the state of this country music industry is, you are experiencing on a small scale of what it feels like to be discriminated against. Let that sink in. It is unacceptable. And we deserve so, so much more. You deserve so, so much more. You cannot accept the crumbs of what they are giving us. And I mean that in every ounce of my body. So let us continue to truly empower one another by lifting as we climb. Let us be unafraid to take up space, to speak our truth, to walk boldly in our magic, and to fight against, not fight for, the systems that oppress us. Thank you again to Variety Magazine for this honor. You're not just recognizing me, you're affirming the power and possibility of Black women everywhere. And for that, I am truly, truly grateful. Thank you so much.
Please welcome Amber Mundinger.
I mean, first of all, wow, thank you, Mickey, and I'm so honored to be here. Among so many extraordinary women, individuals supporting women, creators, and the entertainment executives in this city that truly, continues to be built on artistry. So as someone who's dedicated their career to connecting artists, fans, and communities, I can say just with absolute certainty, there's really nowhere quite like Nashville. Even if we need a little work, it's a great city. So I really appreciate the moments that I get here. My husband was born here. We have family here, great friends, colleagues. It's a place where, as I mentioned, artistry really finds community and it continues to evolve. Every note truly played here carries a story and a history. And on behalf of L Acoustics, I just want to say thank you for letting us be a part of this. We believe in the power of sound to bring people together. Our work is not just about speakers or technology. It's truly about craft and shared experience and translating an artist's intent through sound. So when a performer steps on stage and that sound is so clear, we all know that feeling in your chest, that barrier that really dissolves between artist and audience, and that connection is why we do what we do. So we're thrilled to be partnering with Variety today and to be a part of this first Power of Women here in Nashville. And this is just the beginning. We're calling this our new home. So we will be headquartered here for the Americas, right around the corner at Nashville Yards, as Michelle mentioned. And we're excited to dedicate that space to technology and innovation, but really to collaboration. Our doors are open. We want to collaborate with artists, engineers, creatives, everybody who makes this city so inspiring and is continuing to evolve it. So we'll continue to push the boundaries of sound as everybody continues to push the boundaries across the board. And thank you again to Variety for celebrating the women who lead, uplift, and empower through creativity. And thank you to Nashville for welcoming us. We appreciate it.
Please welcome to the stage Grammy Award-winning singer-songwriter Maren Morris.
Hi, I'm so honored to be here today to honor my hero for my entire life, but also my friend, Sheryl Crow. The first time I heard Sheryl Crow, I was 4 at my annual family reunion in Texas. We were swimming at the hotel pool, and All I Want to Do came on the radio speakers, and something came over me. This catchy, infectious melody and rapid lyrical scatting from this woman changed me on a cellular level. I was starting my multi-decade journey as a Sheryl Crow stan. When I moved to Nashville 20 years later, I wrote a song called My Church, and I put it out on Spotify. Sorry, I know Amazon's a part of this event. As an independent artist, and I was at Red Door, Midtown, one afternoon with my writer friends, and received a missed call and a voicemail from none other than Sheryl, telling me that she loved my song, and I thought it was a prank, but I soon realized it was very real. I wish I had kept the iPhone that voicemail lives on. I'm such an idiot that I didn't record it and email it to myself, but luckily we've now met many times. Over the years, Sheryl has become a friend and now my neighbor up the road. She's imparted life-changing morsels of wisdom to me over the years. Like when I told her I was 2 months pregnant and I asked, how the hell will I do this motherhood thing on the road? She calmed me down and said everything would be okay, and that even when I would have to travel away a lot on those longer tours overseas, whatnot, my son would always know who his mom was. That meant so much to me. She was even kind enough to let me use her barn studio to record my last album during the pandemic. And I'm one of the many lucky people to call her my idol and friend. And she is a rare example of do meet your heroes. They're not all as cool as you. But you mean the world to me, and I think most writers and producers that are in this room right now can safely admit that we've been trying to copy the sounds you were creating in the 90s to this day. I still want to hear that drum sound. I still want to use that vocal effect that you were doing back then. You created something so continuously inspiring to all of us. Yeah. In lockstep with her heroism to so many aspiring songwriters, Sheryl has also supported the Natural Resources Defense Council for over a decade. She's tirelessly championed their work confronting the climate crisis, protecting public health, and safeguarding nature. She's always used her platform to make a difference, and I couldn't be more proud to welcome her to the stage to accept this award. Sheryl Crow, get your ass up here.
Oh my goodness. Thank you. First, I just have to say I love Maren so much. And yes, I did call her. I called somebody that knew her, that knew how to get her phone number so I could call her and just say, I don't know you at all, but I already love you. And I want to just say one thing about you. And here, no, I'm kidding. You know, as a songwriter, no matter how long you've been doing it, from time to time you meet people that make you want to be better, that make you want to keep writing songs that you know resonate with people because they're having the same experience that you're having. And Maren has always done that from the very beginning. For me, I hear her music, and I don't just hear her music, but I feel her in her music. And it makes me want to go into my little safe space and write songs that I know could mean something to somebody else. And so that is the gift that I get from you. And so thank you for being here. Also, I want to thank you guys that are doing all this work. I'm so off script. I worked on a script this morning, and I promised my 50-year-old I would not use the word skibbity toilet or cringy, and I wouldn't go like this. He's just like, don't embarrass me. I'm like, but that's my job. I'm your mom. You guys that are doing the work in mental health, I had a boyfriend once that said I was crazier than a three-legged lizard on an icy pond. I have been in and out of therapy for what feels like the better part of my whole creative life, and it has been a lifesaver. And as I watch the person who was connected to the car that I donated do away with the hotline where kids can call who are feeling suicidal. I think, the work of every artist who feels compelled to lift their voice into the fray to do what's right for other people is so important. And for me, I don't even know where I'm in this, so I'm just going to tell you how I feel about things. I'll look at my watch. For me, I feel like the blessing is in the doing and the giving, and it's not in the outcome. And I feel like where we're at now in our humanity is challenging. It's somewhat terrifying, but it is asking us to, those of us who are connected to spirit, who are connected to nature, which for me is where I find God. Right now, circumstances are asking us to use our spirits, use our The drive that we had when we were little and we saw somebody else fall down and we ran over to them to pick them up. It's asking us this moment for us to show up for people we'll never meet in our whole lives, people whose circumstances are so totally different than ours, but that we feel we're seeing something unfair. And there's a lot of it right now. And I always tell people when I'm at functions like this, and I do thank you, Variety, because I think what you're doing today is bigger than the event, because the people that fill the seats are doing the work that will leave the room, that will create more work and inspire other people, and it lives on, and that's what we do. So I thank you for giving me the award. I'm actually not a country singer. I'm not. In fact, I'm so old now that I'm sort of like I don't know what I am, but but I love it. It's liberating, by God. About 20 years ago, there was a movie that came out called An Inconvenient Truth, and it was produced by Laurie David, and Al Gore was a very big part of it. And what he did was he showed us the science to what was going to be coming. And we believed the scientists. We didn't do very much because people didn't know what to do. What I did was what I always did, which was exactly what my mom always did. If you see something that you feel like you can help, then you show up to the committee meeting, or you go down to the church, or you take a casserole. For me, I went on tour with Lori, and we talked about climate change at universities. She talked about what was coming. She talked about what they could do. I, of course, played songs. And part of my songs skit was to do, like, some comedy that went with it. So part of the comedy was like, okay, here's what you guys can do. You can go to your cafeteria and you can take the grease and you can put it in your gas tanks. Or you can get on a life cycle and you can run the electricity in your study hall. Well, and then I had this other brilliant idea, which I thought was kind of hilarious, where let's save trees and only use 1 square of toilet tissue. Unless it's a big job and you can use 2. Well, I think it might have been 2 days or even 1 day after going to Capitol Hill and meeting all of these senators who were poo-pooing the science that Fox TV ran a whole thing that absolutely crucified me, made me look ridiculous, disqualified me, said I was trying to legislate toilet paper. Here is the moral to the story. That thing still gets talked about, and it has been the gift that has kept on giving, because it gives me every opportunity to talk about what's happening right now. I think there's not a grand mystery as to why people write songs, or paint paintings, or write poetry, or make casseroles. I think there is something in us that is part of the human experience that makes us want to be better, that makes us want to give voice to what we all experience. We all have the same emotions, from fear to joy to anger to feeling lonely to feeling suicidal. All of these things, they're just wrapped in different stories. We're blessed because we get to go to a page with a guitar or a piano and get to write about it. And some kid or some adult will listen to it and go, I am not alone in the universe. I feel that way too. So it is such a gift to actually be here in the room with other people that I know feel exactly the same that I do, which is, where can I go to make things better? Where can I go to help somebody else? And that is the gift. It's not the outcome. The gift is in the blessing. So I thank you guys. This is a blessing. I appreciate my friends who are here. I appreciate my keyboard player who is here. I don't go anywhere without a long history of friends who predominantly are on my payroll. But I do not take it lightly. So I thank you so much.
Please welcome to the stage 9-time Grammy Award winner and 1/3 of the superstar group Lady A, Hillary Scott.
I am so honored to be here today to celebrate my hero and dear friend, Reba. I want to thank Variety for the opportunity to publicly share my heart about one of the most impactful women in my life and entertainment. When I sat down to put my thoughts to paper, I was drawn to a daily practice that has transformed my life, and one that I know Reba practices as well: prayers of gratitude. So here I go. I'm a little hormonal and pregnant and probably gonna cry. Here we go. A lot hormonal, actually. Thank you, God, for Reba. Thank you for giving her an impeccable balance of grit and grace, a desire to make people laugh, cry, and experience all this life has to offer, a fierce love of her family and friends, a deep conviction to give back and leave this world better than she found it. God, thank you for giving Reba an unmatched competitive spirit that isn't one bit comparative, but a spirit that is inspired and spurs others around her to dig deeper and be better in their own creative expressions. The collaborative spirit she embodies, you know the saying, if you want to go fast, go alone, but if you want to go far, go together. I think there are countless people from Nashville to Hollywood and beyond that have been recipients of that collaborative spirit and generosity. I count myself blessed to have watched it up close most of my life. Thank you, God, for Reba, for the way she has shown all women everywhere that there is no stage where we don't belong. Arena stage, theater stage, award show stage, sound stage. Thank you for birthing in her such confidence to continue to grow, evolve, and show us all an undeterred, sacred pursuit of telling stories in all different mediums. Thank you, God, for Reba. That she is not only a national treasure, but a global icon worthy of every single ounce of love, success, and blessing that could ever be poured out on you. Congratulations, and I love you. Please welcome to the stage, Reba.
Oh my gosh, I should have brought more Kleenexes.
I got you, Reba.
Thank you, darling.
I know
Very much. Oh, Lordy. Well, first of all, I want to thank Variety for this incredible honor to be surrounded by special people, not only the women that are here receiving awards, but who are here supporting the other women, and to the men who are here supporting the women who are supporting women. Thank you guys for that. It's a thrill to be a part of this first ever Power of Women event right here in Nashville. And Hillary, I appreciate you so much saying those beautiful words and thanking God for letting me be on this earth and do what I get to do. And I thank God for you being in my life for almost all of your life. I was telling them earlier that there's a picture of Hillary and Shelby, my son, 35 years old, so this has been probably 31 years, and your mom and dad came over and brought you with your little toy car, and you let Shelby drive around in it. And great memories, great memories. You have a wonderful family that I love with all my heart. So thank you for being here for me today.
Oh, I've been so very blessed to know and work with some of the most powerful, some of the strongest women in the history of this business. Some real close, some acquaintances, and some really close friends. Now, I'm talking about women who broke down doors, lifted each other up, and paved the way for all of us in this room to do what we love to do so much. And I wouldn't be standing here today without the strong, fearless trailblazers who came before me. I hope that I've passed along some of what those women taught me, and I'm so proud to see this next generation of women who are shaping the industry and this world for better every single day. Wow, the speeches before me were so powerful. They're inspiring. They want me to do more, to give more, to be more. And that's what Women Together do. I love to be around strong women. My mama, my sisters, my grandmother, my aunts, my teachers, strong women. Couldn't do without them. And when I found out I was being honored today, they asked me who to select for a charity that's very important to me. If I had a superpower, well, first I want to know what animals are saying. And if God gave me a second choice, I would say I would have a home for everybody in the world to go home to. In my life, we didn't have a lot. Mom and Daddy worked their butts off. But we always had a home. We always had 3 meals. We never went hungry. Mama wasn't that good of a cook. But we never went hungry, and I thought she was a great, great cook. The organization that I really feel strongly about, they're right here in Nashville, and they're called Safe Haven Family Shelter. And the reason I like them so much, they're the only shelter, it's a shelter to housing program of its kind in Middle Tennessee that keeps the whole family, that they are experiencing homelessness, they keep them together. Because no one should have to face that hardship alone, especially not family with children. First time I got introduced to them was by Sandy Spica and Shane Tarleton. They first introduced me to Safe Haven because they were dancing at one of the competitions and raising money and awareness. They danced their little butts off and had such a good time. We all had a great time, knowing that this fundraiser was going to help so many people. And their passion opened my eyes to just how life-changing Safe Haven's work really is. You know, they don't just provide a roof overhead, they provide support, dignity, and hope for families at a time when we need for them to need it the most. It's easy sometimes to look at a big problem like homelessness and feel overwhelmed. It is very overwhelming. What do? Get them a tiny house, you get them a tent. What do? You put them with Safe Haven, because Safe Haven shows us that change happens family by family. One safe night. One new beginning at a time. And that's the kind of change that lasts. And I'm so proud to stand along Safe Haven Family Shelter and to stand here with all of you, because when women come together in music and charity in life, we can move mountains. Thank y'all again from the bottom of my heart for this honor. Let's keep making sure that every family in our community has a safe place to call home. Thank y'all.
Please welcome back to the stage, Melissa Joan Hart.
Well, thank you all. I
hope you had a wonderful lunch, the food, the entertainment, and all these lovely accomplished ladies that you rubbed elbows with in this room today. It has been my absolute honor to host the first Variety Power of Nashville, or Power of Women event in Nashville, and I can't wait to run into all of you around town. And I just want to leave you with this thought. As women, we need to reflect light onto each other. We need to hold each other accountable. We need to support each other and always hold each other up, because there is strength in this room. So let's take a good look around today at all the women and be reminded that there is power in being female, and we must always use it for the greater good of those around us and those in this big wide world. So thank you so much for being here today, and have a lovely rest of your day.